the Golden State Warriors march in to Boston, hand the Celtics their first home loss of the season. How long was it last year until the Celtics got their first home loss? I mean, wasn't it like in January or some shit? Was that when the Clippers went in there and beat the shit out of them? An impressive win for the Warriors. We were wondering about this Warriors team. They start the season 6-1. Their schedule was terrible. Their schedule is absolutely awful to start the season. But not only were they taking care of business, they were destroying teams, which is the markings of a really good team. You can't control who you play, so you go out and you take care of business. Then they go into Boston and get a very, very impressive road win. Now, we do have to preface this by saying the Celtics are without Kristaps Porzingis, but that's to be expected. But they were also without Jaylen Brown, who missed his third straight game last night. So we do have to factor that into the equation. A guy like Keita gets 28 minutes and starts, but I will say he played a pretty damn good game. Like, he looked good last night. But we do have to say that. But I don't want to take anything away from this Golden State Warriors team because they looked really good. They are playing a really good brand of basketball currently. Their on-ball defense, and really their defense, has been the talk of their start to the season. It's been the focal point. Paul with the $5. Mavs need to poach the Warriors draft/talent scouts. They are excellent. They really are. They do a great job. It's kind of funny. They remind me of the Grizzlies, where it's like, lottery pick, we might fuck this up. Top 20 pick, we might fuck this up. Jonathan Kuminga, we're still kind of waiting on. Moses Moody's had a weird start to his career. James Wiseman, historic level bust. Late first round picks, second round picks. Brandon Podziemski, Trace Jackson Davis. Random guys that we pick up. Gary Payton II, Lindy Waters. That's where we really excel. So anyways, the Warriors, their defense, I think, has really been the story of the season so far for them. They are second currently in defensive rating. They had a tremendous defensive performance in this game against the Celtics. They are also sixth in offense. They're one of only 4 teams so far to start the season that is top 10 in both offense and defense. You have the Warriors, as I just mentioned. The Cavs, obviously, they're 9-0. They'll be on here. The Celtics, obviously, they have the best offense in the league. The Celtics do. I don't think you guys will guess who the 4th team is. I'll give you guys a couple of guesses. 4 teams currently top 10 in both offense and defense. Cavs, Celtics, Warriors, and no, not the Mavericks. Mavericks, league average offensively so far. Nope, not Phoenix. Also, surprisingly, league average so far offensively. No, not the Thunder. Below league average offensively. Yes, Waco got it right. It is the Rockets. The Rockets are also top 10 in both offense and defense. 7th in offense, 4th in defense. So how about that? Look at the Rockets go. Look at them go. But anyways, the Warriors play such an aggressive brand of defense. And they forced the 4th most turnovers in the NBA so far. So you really got to take care of the ball against them. They have great perimeter defenders, great on-ball defenders. They're handsy. They're physical. They get in on the ball. And on ball screens, we saw this last night, they're so aggressive. They trap. They hedge. They play really, really good defense. And the Celtics only turned the ball over 12 times, which is pretty impressive because I think they had 8 first half turnovers. So they cleaned that up in the second half, to their credit. And in the second half, the Celtics scored 72 points. So they figured it out. The Celtics did offensively in the second half of this game. They were just being a little bit more aggressive. Anytime help came on Tatum or anytime that somebody got blitz on a ball screen, the first guy to touch the ball would just go up with it. And it definitely helped them. And Cato was really good. Yeah, he was really, really good. But the Warriors, they give up 72 points in the second half. They score 67. So when their offense needed to ramp up, it did. Steph Curry did Steph Curry things in this game. Was hitting crazy shots, had a crazy hot, finger roll that was in the air for 5 seconds. That went down. That was pretty much the dagger with like a minute 30 left in the game. Hit some crazy threes. Had 4 steals in this game, 9 assists. So kind of a vintage Steph Curry performance. And Buddy Hield, 16 points, 6 of 11, 4 of 7 from 3. Hit a huge dagger 3 at the end of the game that basically iced it for the Warriors. Jason Tatum, I don't know what he was doing, just caught sleeping. Caught sleeping on defense and somehow lost Buddy Hield, who's 50% from 3 to start this season on high volume. Don't want to leave him. Can't leave that guy open. Mistake there. Offensively, they're just clicking, man. They play that. They just move so well. Off-ball screens. They try to get Buddy Hield open. You really, really got to be on point when you're playing defense against this Warriors team, because everybody is doing something at once. There's weak side actions. Nobody's just standing. So you're constantly on the move. They have about 3 or 4 guys who just have great feel in the short roll. Obviously, Draymond. That goes without saying. But Trace Jackson-Davis is a really good player in the short roll. They get Kuminga involved in the short roll. Podziemski whenever he's playing. They'll set ball screens with anybody. You have to be able to switch everything against them. They even punish switches, man. They'll slip screens, and that gets things going. They're a good basketball team. Are they? How real are they though? That's the ultimate question. Are they like 7-1? They're gonna win 72 games because that's what they're on pace to do currently. No, but you gotta take them a little bit more seriously now. There's definitely some stuff they're doing that's not sustainable. A lot of guys on their team are shooting at absurd clips, but they play a good brand of basketball. I'm also a little bit concerned because I feel like Gary Payton is like very important for what they want to do defensively. And that's somebody who hasn't had the best track record in terms of staying on the basketball court. And also, I want to give a shout out to Kevon Looney because he was awesome this game. 6 offensive rebounds. Last year was really rough for the Loon Dog. So it was nice to see him have a performance like that last night. But, you look at their schedule, and it is... They open up with Portland, Utah, not great teams. They lose to the Clippers. Clippers are pretty good. Then they beat the Pelicans twice at home. This Pelicans team is trash, if I'm just being frank, currently, in their current state, right? Because they're just dealing with so many injuries. Then they beat the Rockets. The Rockets look like a good basketball team, so that's a good win. And that was without Steph, too, I believe. Wizards, and then the Celtics team. And the schedule does tighten up quite a bit. They play in Cleveland tomorrow night. Then they play in OKC, and then they play the Mavs. Then they play the Grizzlies. Clippers again. That's a tough one. So the schedule's about to tighten up for the Warriors, and we will see. We will see what they look like in those games. The way they're playing right now, they'll be tough to beat. That much is certain. They will be tough to beat. I mean, they double-teamed Tatum quite a bit. They helped. And again, the Celtics in the first half were just very hesitant to attack. I think just if we're talking, they play the Mavericks. I think that plays right into the Mavs' hands. So I'm sure they'll make adjustments defensively. But if they're trapping Luka on ball screens or if they're doubling Luka, that's going to open up a ton of. The Mavericks basically want you to do that, right? The Mavericks are like baiting you into doing that. So we'll see. We'll see if that trend continues. But man, look. 5-1, 6-1 against some bad teams. You can kind of write it off. 7-1 now. A win on the road in Boston. I think we have to start taking you pretty seriously. Is this a referendum on the dude? Buddy Hield's 50% from 3 on 9 attempts a game. Oh my Lord, Jesus! I thought Wiggins played good in this game as well. I thought he played some great defense on Tatum. Is this a referendum on the Celtics? Remember last year, every single time the Celtics lost, or not even lost, even if they were like in a close win down the stretch, everyone would be like, yeah, and this is why they can't win. This is why they can't win. Anything like that last night? Obviously not. No Jaylen Brown. No KP, obviously. I thought what did they end up shooting from three? Yeah, well, Jesus, man. 54 threes. And what makes that number even crazier, I think they shot 18 threes in the third quarter. Like, holy shit. Absolutely insane. 35% from three. They missed some shots that you would typically see them hit. Derek White was 7 of 16 from three by himself. But also, the Warriors forced them into tough shots. Side contests, rush shots at the end of shot clocks. They really did a great job, the Warriors did, and they deserve a ton of props. 7-1, 5-0 on the road. They might be for real.